Whether you love him or hate him, you simply can't ignore him. Vladimir Putin, the Russian president, is renowned for his strategic maneuvers and, more recently, his aggressive campaign against Ukraine. Welcome to an exclusive look into the life of one of the most commanding figures in modern history. In this video, we'll delve into Putin's luxurious lifestyle and uncover intriguing details about his personal life that have captured global attention. Prepare yourself for some startling revelations as we walk through a day in the life of Vladimir Putin. A glimpse into Vladimir Putin's past. Before diving into his current lifestyle, let's first take a look at his past to understand how his journey has shaped the man he is today. Born in Leningrad, USSR, now known as St. Petersburg, Russia, on October 7, 1952, Putin's early years were molded by significant geopolitical changes. His career began with a 15-year stint in the KGB, the Soviet-era intelligence agency that served as a counterpart to the CIA. The KGB, a symbol of Cold War intrigue, frequently featured in American spy novels and films, capturing the era's tension. By 1994, Putin had climbed the political ladder to become the deputy mayor of his hometown. His rise continued when, in 1998, he became the director of the FSB, the domestic successor to the KGB. Within a year, he was appointed prime minister, and soon after, he ascended to the presidency, a position he has held for most of his life since. Putin's introverted and reserved demeanor was likely shaped by his childhood experiences. He was raised by a surrogate family after being sent away by his biological parents. This, according to political scientist Stanislav Belkovsky, was a deeply traumatic period for Putin and may have contributed to his well-documented mistrust of people. This emotional distance has seemingly led him to find solace in the company of animals, and his two dogs, Coney and Buffy, are said to be his closest companions. As Putin's thirst for power grew, so did his drive to command respect and admiration. He is likely feared more than loved, even by those closest to him, yet his pursuit of influence and dominance has undeniably been successful. The rest, as they say, is history. A history marked by his authoritarian rule, strategic cunning, and cold, calculating persona. Putin's current reign. After decades in power, Putin has witnessed the rise and fall of 5 U.S. presidents. Throughout this time, he has consolidated his hold over Russia by reshaping its courts, media, and institutions to reflect his own authority. His control over the nation has been solidified by amendments to Russia's constitution, enabling him to potentially remain in power until 2036 or beyond, cementing his profound impact on the country's political landscape. Today, Vladimir Putin is rumored to have a net worth of around $210 billion, positioning him as one of the wealthiest leaders in the world. A day in the life of Vladimir Putin. You might assume that, like many world leaders, Putin is an early riser. However, that's far from the case. The Russian president starts his day late, with breakfast often resembling brunch around noon. His morning meal typically includes an omelet or a generous portion of porridge. Putin also enjoys a beetroot and horseradish cocktail, adding a distinctive touch to his breakfast routine. Cottage cheese frequently accompanies his meals, balanced by fresh fruits. Occasionally, he drinks raw quail eggs as part of his diet. And the ingredients for his lavish breakfast aren't just sourced from any market. They are specially delivered from the farmland estates of Patriarch Kirill, Russia's religious leader. Coffee is a must for Putin, which he sips after his meal before heading into the day's work. However, Putin doesn't tackle political matters in a traditional office setting right away. Instead, he begins his strategic thinking during a 2-hour swimming session. This unique approach allows him to combine physical exercise with critical decision-making, a habit that shows just how methodical he can be. When it comes to fitness, Putin is highly disciplined. After swimming, he sometimes hits the gym to ensure he stays in peak condition. Only after completing his rigorous morning routine does he finally get down to official work. In the early afternoon, Putin starts reviewing briefing materials, including intelligence reports, foreign affairs updates, and media coverage from both Russia and the international community. Security is paramount, so all official communications are conducted on paper, neatly organized in red folders. For phone calls, he relies on fixed-line Soviet-era telephones, known for their security, avoiding modern digital communications to prevent any online security breaches. Before we continue further, tell us, are you enjoying the video? If yes, please like and share the video and subscribe to our channel to watch more videos. Putin's taste in food and drink. Putin follows a strict healthy diet throughout the day. His meals usually consist of vegetables like tomatoes, cucumbers, and lettuce. Though he enjoys mutton, his preference leans towards fish. He's also known to steer clear of sweets, but on occasion, he indulges in ice cream, with pistachio being his flavor of choice. In the book Putins Family by Alexander Putin, it is revealed that pies are a staple of his dinners. This may have been inspired by his mother, who used to bake savory pies filled with cabbage, rice, and meat. Putin is also fond of rice and buckwheat, but oatmeal is notably absent from his menu. When he can skip meals, he often does, due to his busy schedule. In an interview, Putin once mentioned his openness to trying local cuisines when traveling. He has a preference for green tea and often skips dinner. If pressed for time, he opts for fruit or kefir, and if those aren't available, he prefers not to eat at all. As for beverages, Putin occasionally enjoys wine and beer. Though he misses meals due to his workload, he sometimes treats himself to a shot of vodka, a nod to local traditions. Whether you admire him or despise him, one thing's for sure: you can't ignore him. This president, notorious for his calculated moves and relentless pursuit of his goals, is currently at the center of global attention due to his aggressive actions in Ukraine. Health and diet. Putin's diet is carefully curated, emphasizing fresh vegetables like tomatoes, cucumbers, and lettuce, along with a preference for fish over other meats. Although he occasionally indulges in ice cream, with pistachio being his favorite, sweets are largely absent from his diet. His dinners often feature simple dishes like pies inspired by his mother's cooking. While he is known to enjoy a glass of wine or beer, Putin's busy schedule often forces him to skip meals, relying instead on fruit or kefir when available. Night owl habits and international travels. Putin is a night owl, frequently working late into the night when he is said to be at his sharpest. During his international travels, his schedule becomes even more stringent. Every detail, from bed sheets to toiletries and even fruit bowls, is replaced to ensure maximum security. Putin is extremely cautious about the food he consumes abroad, only eating meals that have been thoroughly vetted and cleared by the Kremlin. On weekends, Putin enjoys a more flexible schedule, allowing time for English language lessons on Sundays, as well as prayer and confessions. Despite these religious practices, those close to him emphasize that his lifestyle is not that of a devout Christian. One of his favorite hobbies is ice hockey, a sport he doesn't just watch but actively participates in, competing against teams made up of his bodyguards. Putin's personal life. Although Putin is intensely private, he does have a personal life. In 1983, he married Lyudmila, a flight attendant, and together they had 2 daughters, Maria and Katerina. However, the couple divorced in 2013, and it is widely speculated that Putin had been involved in an extramarital affair with former gymnast Alina Kabaeva since the 2000s. Kabaeva, who won 2 Olympic medals and numerous world championships for Russia, reportedly began her relationship with Putin around the time she retired from gymnastics in 2007. Putin and Kabaeva's relationship is shrouded in secrecy, with rumors of them having multiple children together. These children, however, are kept out of the public eye, and their identities are closely guarded to ensure their privacy. Do you want to watch more videos like this one? If yes, subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon next to it. Thanks for watching, and until the next video, stay tuned.